Hello, hello. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Thanksgiving week. Put in a little extra at the gym so I can eat as much as I want on Thursday. Really excited for today's session. And a bunch of registrations. We got a bunch of people coming on. If you have the ability to turn on your camera, would love to see your beautiful face. If you're driving, if you don't have clothes on, please don't. As always, this will be recorded because you're probably going to want to watch it more than once. We will get the recording out before the end of day. Got an awesome marketing team. Shout out to Emily, who always handles that for us. We are talking about AI, and I'm really excited about it. Drop in the comments one word. How are you feeling today? One word. How are you feeling today? Let me know. Sleepy? Sick? Oh no. Good thing we're on Zoom. Awesome. Smiling. I like that. Excited. Fantastic. Sensei Pedro's not feeling too good. Unstoppable. Awesome. Very good. Okay, guys, we've got a lot to cover in an hour. We still have people popping in, so I'm going to admit them as we roll in. But I think I got like 60 slides that I need to share with you. I really tried to pack in as much value in today's session. So let's go ahead and get this party started. Share the screen. And let me move my chat over here and my participants. All right. Thumbs up if you guys can see my screen. Can you guys see my screen here? We good? All right. Awesome. Okay. How to drive sales in your martial arts school using artificial intelligence. AI has been in the news a lot lately, specifically with OpenAI. The board fired their CEO, Sam Altman, and kind of looks like Microsoft's trying to bring him over. Then the board is trying to bring him back. Out of the 700 employees at OpenAI, which OpenAI is the company that launched ChatGPT, which I'm sure, you know, if you've been paying attention to AI, you've heard of ChatGPT. But out of the 700 employees, 500 employees reached out to the board and said, you got to bring our CEO back. Lots is going on in the news with this, and people are speculating, why did he get fired? And, you know, I think a lot of people's concerns are just about the ethics that are involved with AI. So I'm curious, what comes to mind when you think of AI in your business, in your martial arts school? When you think of using AI in your martial arts, you think of the future of it. What comes to mind? Are you nervous? Are you thinking like, you know, Terminator is gonna happen? Are you scared? Mr. Blackman says simplicity, 100%. It can definitely help us simplify a lot of our processes. Problems with reliability and understanding, 100%, right? The ChatGPT from a year ago is a lot different from the ChatGPT today. Innovation, yeah, another new thing to learn, right? Which we all should be on the path of continuous growth together. Uninformed, speed, excited, awesome. I appreciate everybody getting in the chat. If you've never been on a webinar with me before, I make you work those fingers, makes it a lot more exciting for all of us. We use it to create, but it requires significant editing to speak in my voice. 100% help with system delivery. Cool. Well, I appreciate you guys responding. Yes or no? One more question, and then I'll give you a little bit of a break. Yes or no, are you using any form of AI in your school? Yes or no, are you using any form of AI? Ooh, I like that everyday answer, Miss Hamlin. Very nice. I was talking with Mr. Tossel this morning, and you know, first kind of thing that I do when I sit down at my laptop, I open my Google Calendar tab, and the second tab is ChatGPT. So we're getting some yeses, we're getting some no's. Hopefully after today, for those of you that aren't using it, I can shift you to a yes. For those of you that have been using it, maybe I can show you some more ways to be even more efficient with it, okay? So as always, thank you for being here. I know there's a lot of information out there. There's a lot of webinars, a lot of master classes. I appreciate you investing your time with me. And I always promise on these webinars to make them actionable and to make it the best investment of your time. So my mission today is to show you different strategies to leverage AI to make faster content, to start more conversations, and to make more sales in your school. Yes, we are going to be talking about how can we get more conversions. For those of you that are new to our ecosystem and our environment here at GrowPro, my name is Cris Rodriguez. I am first a wife and a mom. I got a super cute son named Cruz, who's 3.5 years old. I have been a martial artist for 30 years. Started March 15th, 1993, the first day I stepped on the dojo carpet. Didn't have mats back then, right? I'm a first degree Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt and a third degree black belt in Taekwondo. I got my start at a Junri Institute of Taekwondo, and I've owned my BJJ school for the last 11 years and started GrowPro 4 years ago. And we're currently serving 400 active schools at our agency. And I'm also a part of MAIA, the Martial Arts Industry Association, which I might be slightly biased, but I do think they are the best coaching and consulting group out there in the industry. So that's a little bit about me. Our agenda today, I'm really breaking down this webinar into two parts. We're going to first start talking about content, because if you don't have content online, it's going to be very difficult to win online. And I'm going to give you 5 different ways that we've been leveraging this successfully. And then we're going to talk about the conversion aspect, where we have been successfully testing a AI, we gave him the name Budo. You can call him whatever you want, but our AI Budo booking bot. And I'm actually going to show you actual conversations that this AI booking bot has had to book appointments that come in, show up, and enroll. So kind of 2 different parts of the presentation today. We'll start with the content, and then we'll go into the conversion, okay? If you do this and you follow what I'm going over today, you're 100% going to be ahead of the curve. And you can literally print money while you sleep. So a little bit of a code of conduct. Let's come with an open mind, right? Whether you love it, whether you hate it, whether you're scared of it, AI is here and it's here to stay. Let's be present, close out those Facebook tabs or LinkedIn tabs, shut down your email. The emails can wait. And let's be a first adopter. Let's get ahead of the curve here, okay? So before we dive into the kind of tangible agenda, I want to talk about the time that we are living in right now, okay? Between new softwares coming out consistently and AI technology, I truly believe there has never been a better time in the world to be an entrepreneur, okay? I feel like the time right now with how fast AI is moving is it's a very similar time to when the internet first came out, right? And the early adopters of the internet became some of the most successful businesses in history. But with great opportunity comes great threats. And I think that there are a lot of people out there that think AI is a huge threat. It's a huge threat to jobs. It's a huge threat to the economy. And in some cases, people truly believe that it's even a threat to humanity, all right? So when you think of AI, yes or no, do you think AI will take over the world? Let me know in the comments. Do you think there is going to be like this Terminator moment that is going to happen and Skylink is going to become a real thing? We got some yeses, we got some maybes. Yes, they will replace surgeons. I do believe they will replace surgeons, but can they replace what makes us human is the question. So let's take it back. When we think of the outcome of humanity, we got to start with the origin. So we'll take it back to Adam and Eve. And when we think of human life and what we are, what are you and I, right? Like, let's literally look at your body. What are we? Well, we're made of flesh, right? We've got this soft tissue. Mr. Morales says, I am a robot. Well, robot Cris is going to come out a little bit later on in the presentation, sir. Not just yet, okay? But we're made of flesh, right? But we've been making flesh for a very long time in Hollywood. We see it in all of our favorite movies, right? Flesh can be made out of latex, out of silicone, and other materials. Mr. Blackman's drawing on my screen. What's going on, sir? Drawing on my screen right now. Let's go back. There we go. So we're made out of flesh, right? What else are we made out of? We're made out of our bones. Our bones are just a structure for our flesh to sit on top of. We can make bones, right? How many skeletons did we see during Halloween out in the front yards? They can be made with straw. They can be made with wood and metal. And then what's kind of the last component of us? Our brain. And oftentimes when people talk about our brain, it's defined as a what? A computer, right? We think about our brain like a computer. We used to program computers with floppy disks and CDs and USBs. Now Elon Musk wants to put a chip in your head. Would anybody sign up for the beta program for Elon Musk to put a chip in your head? I don't know. Think that. I mean, he's doing a lot of great stuff with SpaceX, right? What could go wrong? Miss Wood says no. So if we are made up of flesh and bones and a brain, and we just put that all together, did we just make a human? Did AI just become a human? If you see some of the AI models like Sophia, which I'll show a picture in, she's got flesh, she got a brain, she's got a computer brain, she's got a structure so she can move around. Did we just make a human? I think some people say no because AI doesn't have a what? Doesn't have a soul, right? Doesn't have a soul. I'm not going to play this, but it's a hysterical video on YouTube. If you just search like Will Smith and Sophia, there is a video of Will Smith having a conversation with Sophia, and it is incredibly impressive. He even tries to hit on her by kissing on her, and she totally puts him in the friend zone, which is hysterical. But when you watch this video, what I want you to think about is that this video was uploaded 5 years ago. 5 years ago, they had this technology. So where do you think we are today? If you have not checked out Boston Dynamics YouTube channel, I would definitely go check it out. There's a company called Figure.ai that believes humanoids will become our replacement. But there are a lot of skeptics out there that believe AI will not replace humans because it does not have a soul, right? Think about the word soul. On our journey, we're all looking for a soul mate, right? When somebody dies, we pray for their what? Their soul. Anybody read this book? Chicken noodle soup is good for the soul, right? Every buying decision we make is based on soul. But oftentimes in our businesses, we try to sell the flesh and the bones, which are like the features. We don't sell the soul. We don't sell our personality. You guys are here today because this topic resonated with your soul. You think that potentially something that I share could help you in your business. And consumers only buy if they resonate with a company's soul. But in business, we don't call it a soul. Does anybody know what we call it? Let me know in the comments if you think you know what we call it. Anybody? Any takers? Guys, we call it a brand. We call it a brand. We don't call it a soul, we call it a brand. And what is our brand? It's a mixture of pictures, it's a mixture of videos, it's a mixture of words. And all of that is content. The content that we show dictates to somebody how they feel about something. And if you can control the content, you can control the customer. If you have one of these, if you have a smartphone, if you got a flip phone, can't help you. Well, I guess the new like Google, they're kind of flip phone. The flip phone is coming back, guys, right? But if you have a phone and now you have access to AI, you can literally make an infinite amount of content to get you an infinite amount of customers. But the issue is that not many schools are actually putting out content. So today's presentation, 2 parts, content and then conversion, all right? I've got some of our VroPro team on here because I thought that it would be valuable for them. And if you asked any of our ad account team reps, one of the biggest struggles that we have when working with clients and trying to get them great results online, it's a lack of content. And if you want to win with online marketing, you got to have content. If you don't have content, you don't get the click. If you don't get the click, you don't get the lead. If you don't get the lead, you don't get the appointment. If you don't get the appointment, you don't get the sale. So what I'm hoping to show you is some ways to be much more effective with creating your content. And if you want to be super lazy about it, AI can do it for you. Okay. So one of the best things that you can do prior to putting out content, whether that's posts, whether that's reels, whether that's videos, is putting out content that your prospects and students actually want to see, okay? And this is one of my favorite websites, one, because it's a freemium tool, so you can use it for free, but it's called answerthepublic.com, okay? And what Answer the Public does is it allows you to either search on Google, YouTube, or Bing with keywords. So I own a BJJ school. So I went to this website and I typed in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in the United States. And you get 3 free searches a day. So I don't think you'll probably be using more than 3 a day, but if you want to do more than 3 searches a day, you do have to do the paid version, okay? And when you hit search, you're going to get this really cool chart here. And what this chart does is it gives you the actual phrases that people are searching for based off of that keyword. So if I own a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu school and I want to put content out about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, shouldn't I put content out about what people are asking? And what's really neat about this is you can actually download this into a CSV file, and it'll give you all of the key phrases that people are searching on Google for, and it'll also give you the search volume. So if you look here, 590, this is the biggest search volume. Is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu good for self-defense? That's what people are asking Google. And when you create content that people actually want to see and that they're searching for, it can help you rank higher with that content. Here's another one, and this would be a super controversial topic. Is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu the best martial art? Let me know in the comments. Maybe we could start a little war here. Is BJJ the best martial art? Yes or no in the comments. The first 2 people are BJJ practitioners, Sammy and Z. Melissa owns a BJJ school. That's what I figured would happen, right? So if you're a karate school, if you teach Aikido, you can do this for any of the styles, and it's going to, yeah, no comment. It's not the best, but it's fun. Yeah, I figured there'd be some hecklers in the crowd there. So this is literally telling me what people are searching for. And if you have kids programs, you can search for phrases that you think maybe parents are searching for, right? So what you can do is you can download this. And this is the really cool part here, is I can actually take this list and I can upload it into ChatGPT. So if I don't want to actually write the content myself, I can go into ChatGPT and I can say, can you write me a social media post about if Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is good for self-defense? Okay, so here's me in ChatGPT. I own a BJJ school in Tampa, Florida called Gracie PAC. I'd like for you to write a social media post about whether or not Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is good for self-defense. Now, as a practitioner and an owner, I should be able to write that, but maybe I just want to speed up the process. So that's exactly what ChatGPT does for me. Is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu effective for self-defense? And it go ahead and it lists it out. Now, maybe you want something more besides a social media post. Well, now I can say, can you turn this into a video script, but only provide me with the words? I don't need any information about video length or cutscenes. So when you ask ChatGPT to make you a video script, it'll actually give you like, cut to this, go do this, turn the camera this way. It's very specific. So if you just kind of wanted the script and the words and even maybe the shot angle, it will produce that for you. So one of the things that Mr. Eric said earlier is that, he feels like it doesn't necessarily write in his voice. And one of the things that you can do is you can train ChatGPT. And one of my favorite, let me just pull up ChatGPT over here. One of my favorite extensions that we have allows us to create folders inside of ChatGPT. And you see I have a Grow Pro agency folder, and I also have a Cris persona folder. And I can actually train ChatGPT on the way that I talk. Okay, so this is a plugin, an extra plugin that you can use. But I think everybody can type into answerthepublic.com and everybody can ask ChatGPT to write a post for it and then write the video script. And I even have a way that you don't even have to film the video yourself if you don't want to film the video yourself, okay? So I'm not going to do much more training on ChatGPT because I've already done a bunch of trainings on ChatGPT, and you might have seen this as an ad. I have this 99 martial arts business AI power prompts as well. It's a download if you want to learn more about ChatGPT and the downloads that it has, Ms. Hamlin. It's called the ChatGPT Chat Organizer. So if you Google that as a plugin, ChatGPT Chat Organizer is what it's called, okay? So you can download this, guys, and inside, it's called I Got 99 Problems, But a Prompt Ain't One. Does anybody know who that's a reference to? Come on, there's got to be one person on this call. Thank you, Mr. Wolf. Jay-Z, got 99 problems, but a chick ain't one, right? On the first page, it kind of has an explainer. And I did a full training on how to use ChatGPT completely for free. You can access it here. So you just need to download this and you will be able to learn more. I also have 99 different prompts and they're broken down by different categories. So like email marketing, correspondence with students and prospects, nomenclature, social media, video scripts, HR and legal stuff, systems, ideate. So I don't know, I think it's about like a 10-page PDF. So if you want to learn more specific about ChatGPT, go ahead and do that. Thank you for dropping the link, Ocean. You can go ahead and check that out, okay? So let's talk about how we can use ChatGPT and Canva together to bulk some content, all right? So I did screenshots because sometimes ChatGPT doesn't work as fast as possible. I was thinking about like doing this live to show you, but this was from earlier today. So I asked ChatGPT to write me 30 tips for martial artists who train in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, okay? So that's exactly what it's going to do. Here are 30 tips for martial artists who train in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and it drops it down. One of the things that I have been using ChatGPT for a lot is to convert things into spreadsheets and also be able to combine spreadsheets. So ChatGPT now has the ability for you to upload CSV files into it. So I want this in a CSV file. So I could sit there and copy and paste it and, put it into a numbers document or Google Sheets, or I can just say, ChatGPT, can you take the 30 tips and put them into a table with the first column having the tip and the second column having the explanation. If I was just to copy and paste this over here, it would have put everything in one column. And I really need it in two columns to be able to show you what I'm about to show you, okay? So it starts and it asks, do you want to see the rest of the tips? Because I guess it's acting lazy, doesn't want to do all of it at once in case I wanted something different. And I say, yes, please. So It then takes all 30 tips and it'll put them in 2 columns. Okay. Now I'm going to say, can you turn that into a CSV file that I can download? And it says yes. So it goes ahead and creates the link. And now you can download that link directly from ChatGPT. And this is what it looks like. It's got the tip in the left-hand column and the explanation in the right-hand column. And again, if I just would have copy and pasted it from ChatGPT, it would have put everything in one singular column. Okay, so why is this important? This is why. So inside of Canva, this is one of the coolest features that not a lot of people are leveraging. If I go inside of Canva and I just type in motivational quotes for Facebook, it's going to give me the specific dimensions for a Facebook post. And what I want to be able to do is I want to be able to take all of those tips that I just got from ChatGPT, so all of these tips over here in that spreadsheet, and I want to pump out some content with it. So I need to find just a template that I like and that I can edit. So I'm going to go ahead, and this one looks kind of cool. I'm going to click on this and I'm going to say, customize this template. All right. So once I customize the template, I don't necessarily want to have a piece of content that has, a sidewalk behind it. So I'm going to delete the background and I'm simply just going to take an image of my mat at my school and I'm going to put it in the back. And for those of you that were at the Maya event, I showed how to do this, but maybe you haven't been doing it. I'm going to send this to the back and now I've got an image of my school, right? So there are 2 pieces here. There's the quote, and then there's this bottom part right here. And one of the pieces of data from that spreadsheet is going to go down here, and another piece is going to go over here. And we can do that with what is called bulk create. So on the left-hand side, you've got apps. You're going to click on the apps. You're going to scroll down. It's a little hidden. And they have this bulk create option right here. Now you can type it in, or you can upload a CSV file. So I'm going to go to upload a CSV file. I've got those BJJ tips that ChatGPT put in a CSV file for me. And now I'm going to connect the data. So I want the tip to go down here. So I'm going to click on it. I'm going to right click and I'm going to connect data and I'm going to connect it with the tip. And then I want the explanation to go over here. I'm going to connect the data and I'm going to connect the explanation. And you can also increase the size so that the tip is a little bit larger. And I know the explanation is going to be a little bit longer, so I don't want to get it to go too big. So now I hit continue and check this out. It pulls all of the data from that spreadsheet. I hit generate 30 designs. It's going to open up a new tab for me. And now I have 30 different BJJ tips that I can download and that I can start putting out for my content. How long would that normally take somebody to do? Depending on how quick you are on a computer, it might take 30, 45 minutes. It could also maybe take over an hour. Okay. Now, should every piece of content you put out look like this? No. But maybe on Wednesdays, you do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu tips. And every Wednesday is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu tip that you put out. I see some mind blown, rad, jaw just dropped. Oh my God, wow. Pretty cool, right? So I got 30 weeks of content in 30 seconds, leveraging ChatGPT because it wrote the tips and leveraging the bulk create inside of Canva, okay? Do you use Canva for PowerPoint? I do. It's what this presentation is on actually, okay? So that seems pretty cool, Chris, but maybe I want to use a different image. I don't want all of the images to look the same. And guys, if you did like every Wednesday, that's one post a week that's going to look similar, right? But let's say you want to shake things up a little bit. Well, what I can do now is I can go inside of ChatGPT and I can ask ChatGPT to create, where's it at? There we go. I can take all of the tips from the CSV file, right? Here are all of the tips that we just uploaded into Canva. and I can say, can you create an image for tip number 26? Now, this is only active if you have ChatGPT 4. You have to have the paid version, and it has to be turned on to ChatGPT 4. Downside of ChatGPT 4 is it limits you to 40 messages every 3 hours. And then it'll bump you down to ChatGPT 3.5. And right now they have halted all new upgrades. You have to go on a wait list. So if you're not on the paid version of ChatGPT, you won't be able to do this. If you are on the paid version, you will. But all I said is now create an image for tip number 26. Are you guys ready for this? Boom. There is our image. Here's an image illustrating the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu concept of focus on position before submission as described in your request. And that is true. We always say position before submission, right? So like it gets Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And now I could say, how about create an image for tip number 4? Ooh, check that out. Here is the image representing the concept of learn from losing in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And you can right click, you can save this. And if you didn't want to use, the bulk create feature, you can use DALL-E 3. So this is very similar to Mid-Journey, which I'm about to talk about in a second. But did you guys know that ChatGPT can now create AI images for you? Pretty cool. You know what's really cool about this? Well, this is actually not cool. I got a letter yesterday from this company, pickrights.com. Does anybody know what company that is? Whoever built this company just must not be a very fun person, because what they do is they scrape websites, and you know what they look for? They look for images on your website that are copywritten. And we had a blog about the Olympics, and we used a copywritten image, and they are now charging us $800 for that. And if it was an AI image, that never would have. Now, our own fault. Somebody on my team just probably went to Google and typed in pictures of the Olympic rings and pulled it on the website. You got to be careful about that, right? But that's not going to happen with your AI images, which is pretty cool. Okay, so DALL-E 3 is a really cool way to generate those type of images. And one of the things that we have really gone all in on at GrowPro is utilizing AI inside of our ads. And the reason is, some of y'all don't send us any pictures to use. If that's you, go update your Google Drive with some new pictures. If you don't, we're gonna use AI. And I don't know if you guys can see this, but this is one of the, look at that. What do you guys notice about his ear? If you train jiu-jitsu, what do you guys notice about his ear right there? Let me know in the chat. Did anybody see it? What does he have? Anybody? Nobody trains jiu-jitsu with ears? He's got cauliflower ear. That image was created by ChatGPT, and they even put cauliflower ear. And even better, they put that one person on the mat that's got the red gi, right? There's always one person on the mat that's got that off-colored gi. Kind of cool. So salad head. Nice, Mr. Morales. That's good. So one of the things that we have been testing has been using AI images in our ads, partly because not a lot of clients send us content, and partly because it's working awesome. Why is it working awesome right now? Because not a lot of people are doing it. And then once everybody starts doing it, it's not going to work as well. We launched this in my school, Gracie PAC. Shout out to our operations manager, Ed, who created this and launched it in our account. And it dropped our cost per lead in half. Guys, these are images created by Mid-Journey. These are completely AI images. We took them and put them in Canva, and we just put some text over it. So here's an example of some AI pictures that are crushing it in ads. Here's another example of some AI images that we use. We work with the Action Karate license company, and we were able to put a shark on their mat, which is their mascot, which is super cool. And I got a message from Mr. Blackman yesterday. He loved this new ad that we launched. That's completely AI, guys. And it's working, like I said, really well, just because people aren't used to seeing it, and it stops the thumb scroll, right? We have to have content that stops the thumb scroll. So a lot of people ask us about Midjourney. So I'm going to go ahead and just show you real quick how it works. There's a definite learning curve if you've never used Discord. So Discord is what all the young kids are on. I was not familiar with Discord. Mr. Morales said the reindeer ad produced 10 leads over the weekend. Look at that. Awesome. Thank you. Very cool. I will let Alex's pod know. That's great to hear. So Discord it's kind of similar to Slack. It's like a communication platform, but you sign up for Midjourney, but the platform is built on Discord. And you go to Discord, and they have these newcomer rooms called newbie rooms. And these are actual AI images that people are producing right now, right? So somebody's trying to get some cute couple with a dog in front of a Christmas tree, right? So these are all actual real people that are in the room right now trying to create images. And all you do is you got to give it a prompt. And that prompt is just /imagine. And then you give it some instructions. And if you're not familiar with it, you can actually use ChatGPT and say, hey, ChatGPT, I'm going to go on Midjourney. I want to create this type of picture. What kind of prompt should I put into Midjourney? And it will do that for you. So I just pulled something random, generate a hyper-realistic photo of a bright American teenage male Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt showing a white gi, okay? And you can get super, super specific. You can say things like Canon quality, right? You can say things like cartoon, bright colors, and then I hit enter. Now, it's not immediate. As you can see, it says waiting to start right here. And eventually, it'll start producing the image. But the reason why I like this instead of DALL-E is because DALL-E gave me one image, and Midjourney will give you 4 to start. And what you can do is you can go to Midjourney, you could say, you know what, I really like this version here. Go ahead and give me 4 more versions just like it, okay? So again, it's taken a second to get going. This is a huge time vampire. I just want to warn you, because it's a lot of fun to be creative inside of here, and it does take a little bit of time. So there it is, generate a hyper-realistic photo. It is done. Whoop, where'd it go? I can click on it, and it's going to give me 4 different options here. It did the white gi. It's a kind of looks like a teenager. It's got like the thickness of the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu gi, so that would work really well. You can be very specific about like the style that it's doing. So if you wanted boxing, you could get boxing. And then I can say, you know what? Maybe I really like this version right here, version number 2. So I'm going to say, give me 4 more like version number 2. And that's exactly what it's going to do. So you get more output with Midjourney, but I do want to warn you, be careful, because if you're a creator, if you enjoy being on Canva, you're definitely going to enjoy being on Midjourney, okay? So which plan do you recommend for Midjourney? Darian, can you just do some research and let me know which plan we have? See if you can. I'm not sure, Z. We'll do some research here. Are these going to be future ad types for all Grow Pro clients? So we've started with clients that typically we will pull this into clients' accounts that their CPL, their cost per lead, has increased. And we start there. If you would like for us to test, just shoot us an email, customersuccess@GrowPro, and say, hey, saw Chris's webinar, would love to test some new AI images. Again, they are working really, really well right now because it's new, right? People aren't really used to seeing that in the timeline, so we can definitely get ahead of the curve with that, okay? Would it be possible to place your logo on the gi? So what you would do is you would download the image, you would put it in Canva, and then you would put the logo on the gi inside of Canva. So yes, you can do that. Just would have to play with the sizing and stuff like that. Mr. Prater, I'll just do that. Awesome. Okay, so pretty cool so far. We went over Ask the Public, ChatGPT, gave you 99 prompts, gave you training if you need to learn ChatGPT, talked about how you can use it to create CSV files and create tables. Guys, I had it. I feel like I probably saved maybe like $500 or $600 because I have a tenant that's coming up for renewal, and I uploaded their previous lease and said, I want you to rewrite their next extension of their lease at a 3% increase, plug in all the numbers, and it did exactly that. Now, I didn't just send it to him. I did send it to my lawyer to overlook it, and he was like, yep, looks great, go ahead. So that's something he probably would have charged me like 1 to 2 hours for, and ChatGPT did it for me. And then I said, I want you to create an email letting the clients know that these are the terms. We really value them being tenants, and we're going to only increase their rent by 3%. And that's a big deal right now because they're on rents from, 2015. Okay. All right. Very cool. So we talked about content. Now let's get into the conversion stuff. And this is the stuff I'm really excited to share with you guys. All right. Once we get the content, we can get the click, we can get the leads, but leads don't magically turn into new students, do they? Okay. So this is the problem I was trying to solve. Okay. I am an offsite owner. I go into my school, Gracie PAC, 2 to 3 times a month, typically for staff training. For some of you, you might think that sounds awful. For others, you might think that's cool. Everybody's definition of success is different. I have a phenomenal team that runs it like a well-oiled machine, and it allows me to put my focus on growing GrowPro. So this is the problem that we're having. We are closed on Saturday and Sunday, okay? I'm curious, in the chat, are there any days that you are closed? In the chat. Closed Saturday and Sunday, Saturday and Sunday. All right. Awesome. Okay, Friday and Sunday. Okay, so we're closed Saturday and Sunday. So what happens if at 8:30 on a Friday night, a lead comes in and my team doesn't get back in until Monday at 2? Well, automations will kick in, right? Which is a form of AI, which is awesome. But what happens if the automation goes out and the prospect responds? When is my team getting to it? They're not getting to it until Monday when they get back in, okay? We get a lot of inquiries on the weekends. We get inquiries on, in the middle of the night, you got people opting in at 2 a.m. And then at 4 p.m. in your school, what happens? Prime time happens. And if you are a program director, you've ever worked the front desk, you know how busy it can get with you trying to provide excellent customer service, build rapport with your students, walk the lobby, sell merchandise, help trials that are coming in, handle walk-ins that are coming in, help the instructor team with whatever they need. It's prime time. And during that time, you got to be laser focused on what's happening inside of the academy, and leads that come in often get pushed to the back burner because you're dealing with what's right in front of you. And I would not want you to do this. Anybody ever been to Chipotle before? So I love Chipotle, but what I don't love about Chipotle is they will have a line out the door with customers ready to order food, and they have more staff members handling phone inquiries and Uber Eats and DoorDash than the actual customers in front of them. They are prioritizing the online orders over the people in front of you. I would hope you would not do that with your own students. Mr. Morales, sign me up for this now. You don't even know what I got yet, sir, but thank you for that. And staff is always eating. Yes, right? Like you're eating and you're not even helping me. I don't want you to do that. We never want our members to feel like we're prioritizing a new prospect or a new member over them. And next level customer service is what will get us through a recession. So we had to do a lot of R&D, okay? I have my bonus son, Darian, on here. And I got to give him a shout out because we've put in a lot of extra time, and Darian has sacrificed a lot of his weekends and very late night text messages from me to get this up and running. And you know, as a parent, I don't think anything is cooler than, you know, watching your kids really step into who they are and watch them level up in life. So I just got to give him a shout out, because this would not have been possible without all of the extra work that he put in, because I don't have an engineer brain. My brain doesn't work this way. I watched one of like the trainings to get this set up, and I was like, nope, can't do it. I'm done. Darian, I need you to handle it. So just shout out to him. But we needed a platform to build this on, right? How can I communicate with prospects via AI? It's got to be on a platform. And the answer was High Level. And let me tell you something. We have always been transparent that we use High Level. There are a lot of companies in our industry that use it and they white label it, meaning they call it their own, right? It ain't their own, guys. They're white labeling it. We've always been transparent about that. So we built this on High Level. And what we had to figure out is, how do we trigger the bot? How do we train it what to say? How do we train it how to say what we want it to say? How do we get it to read a calendar to make sure that it's getting proper appointments? How do we make sure that our team gets notified if the bot gets stuck? Because the bot will get stuck, okay? And how can we make sure that it's only live during specific times of the day? So that if I only wanted the bot to be active when I'm closed or on the weekends or between certain time periods. These were the problems that we had to solve, okay? So inside of our High Level account, we now have this little robot. And High Level is just a prospecting CRM, okay? It's not going to replace now your Spark or your My Studio or your Kick site, but it's built for prospecting. It does prospecting better than anything else. So we built it inside a High Level with this little robot. And when you click on the robot, you get this little slide over. And this is how we're able to train the bot. We can upload information like FAQs. We can actually scrape a website. So what we did is we put our graciepac.com URL in here. And because we use a Market Muscle site, they have FAQs on our site. And it pulled in all of the data. So if you have a really great website, it's a lot easier to train your bot, okay? Then we had to figure out, how does the robot talk to the leads? Because there are leads that can come in from many different places. You can have leads that come in from Facebook Messenger, Instagram, Google Business Profile. They can text you. They can come in from Facebook ads. They can come in from Google ads. So we had to build out this workflow so the robot knows, okay, this lead came in from Facebook Messenger and this is how I'm going to respond. Then we had to figure out, how does the robot respond if somebody's interested for adult classes or somebody's interested for kids classes, right? Because those are two different offerings. So what our AI booking bot can do is, we started with a chat widget on the website. And I've never been a fan of chat widgets until now, because oftentimes chat widgets will just be able to chat back and forth. And if the person clicks out of the website, you never get their lead information. Well, our chat widget gets the name, email, and phone number. They type in a message and hit send. Okay, and you can see it says powered by GrowPro here. When they hit send, it now turns it into an SMS text, because I have their lead content. So even if they click off of the website, guess what? I can still follow up via text message. So we had the AI booking bot connected to our chat widget, okay? So this is just a test, and I'm going to show you some actual examples of us booking appointments in Gracie PAC, but I just kind of want to highlight some things. So, you know, I'd like more information for my child. Typical request that would happen on a website. Of course, I'd be happy to help. Could you please provide me with your child's name and age? Additionally, what are your overall goals for your child in martial arts? I know there are a lot of you out there that have program directors that are not asking, what are the goals? They're not hitting the pain points, which makes it a lot easier for you to sell martial arts when you figure out what they really want, because they don't want punching and kicking, right? So I said his name is Cruz and he's 5. I'd like him to become more confident. Now get this. That's great. Cruz is at a perfect age to start martial arts. So it recognizes that my son's name is Cruz. Do we want to use their name when we're talking? Of course we do. And then it goes and explains that we offer classes specifically designed for 5-year-olds, because we do. It knows that we have a 3- and 4-year-old program, a 5-, 6-, and 7-year-old program. And then it asks, would you like to schedule a tour of our facility to see if it's a good fit for Cris? I said, yes, I do. Do you have availability on Wednesday? Absolutely. It gives me 2 different times. I said 4 p.m. will work. Should Cris wear anything special? It books the appointment, and it answers, please have your child wear some comfortable clothing and get ready to watch their confidence skyrocket. Okay, so this is all from the chat widget. The other really cool thing that we built in is that we have the ability for you to test your bot inside of High Level. So if you go to a contact, you click the little robot, you can actually talk with the robot back and forth without it being live. So, hi, I'd like more information. Hey there, I'd be happy to provide you with more information. Interested for yourself or your child? I'm interested for myself. That's great to hear. So you can actually test it to see how it would respond. So Z asks, how does this work if the person on the other end just wants pricing information? We train the bot inside of the prompt that we give it, because this is connected to ChatGPT, to give the response of, we have programs that range between $100 and $169 per month, depending on where you're at. Now, if they continue to push, the bot is not a human. It can get stuck, but we solved for that issue, which I'll show you here in a second. So you can actually test this out to see how is the bot going to respond, and you can try to stump it. And let's say you did ask a pricing question and you didn't like the way that it responded. Well, then we could tweak the way that we train it, okay? So this is an actual booking, and this is really cool. So I want you to see over here. I know it's a little small, but it says AO. That stands for Anna Otero. She's the program director at my school. On Friday at 5:51, she was in a conversation with this lead named Erica. And she asked, would November 1st at 4 p.m. work for you? And guess what happened? The prospect ghosted her. How often does that happen? You're in the middle of a conversation and they just stop talking to you, right? Well, Erica, she says, sorry for the late response. This is the next day, Saturday. Guess what? We're closed. Saturday at 1:36, she messages, we're closed, but the bot is not. So the bot takes over, no problem at all. November 1st, we have a class starting at 5 p.m. Would that time work for you? Yes. Great. We'll get it booked. Is there anything else we can help you with? Do I need to bring anything? For the introductory lesson, your child will just need to wear gym-appropriate clothing, such as a t-shirt and shorts, no buttons or zippers, please. We'll provide any necessary equipment for the class. That's a bot, guys. That is not a human being. If we did not have this bot, it wouldn't have been until Monday at noon when my team gets in where they would be able to respond. Pretty cool. That is an actual booking, okay? Then automations kick in. This is your friendly ninja reminder about your appointment. Will you be there? Yes. Mr. Morales, that bot has a soul. How does the bot know if that time slot has already been filled? Because it's connected to your calendar, and you determine how many time slots are filled. So if you're doing one-on-one introductory lessons, the calendar would only have one spot, and it would be filled, and it would suggest a different time. Is this also trained for skills, child development? Well, here's the cool thing. A lot of you have Market Muscles websites that are built out for skills, so we can scrape your website to make sure that it has all of the skills, childhood development information. Pretty dope, right? All right, here's another one. So, hi, Jennifer. Thanks for checking out Gracie PAC MMA. You interested for classes for yourself or a child? That's an automation that went out. She said, I'm interested for my child. He's 4, he'll be 5 at the end of the month. That's great to hear. What are your overall goals for your child's martial arts training? Learn discipline, confidence, refocus his energy. That's a common concern for parents. Like, the bot shows empathy. How cool is that? I believe our martial arts programs would be a great fit. We have times available on Monday or Tuesday. Which of these times would work best for you? Notice the bot didn't say, would these times work best for you? Which time works best for you? All right. She said November 21st at 5:15. We got it booked in. She starts getting the confirmations and she says, thank you. So these are actual live bookings. Now, this does not replace your team. All right. So any team members on here, don't be scared. You still have a job, because you got to confirm. you got to make a phone call confirmation so you can build rapport, okay? And the other thing is you are, and this is something that we are still tweaking and working with. It just depends if the lead comes in, like which way the lead comes in, but you are supposed to tell them that they are talking to an automation. So they're going to know that, hey, this is the Budo booking bot, but you still got to build rapport with them. All right. So do you guys want to learn more about this AI bot? Let me know in the comments, yes or no. Do you want to learn more? I think I got all the questions. All right, so here we go. I'm excited for this part.
Hey, school owners, Cris Rodriguez here, and I am on
Did you guys hear that?
For our industry. I have been trying to solve a huge problem that so many of us have. A lot of schools are closed on the weekends or part of the weekend, and oftentimes our teams don't get in until 12 p.m. or 2 p.m. or even later. There are plenty of school owners out there who still have full-time jobs and simply cannot book appointments during the day. And then when our schools get super busy around 4 p.m., it can be difficult to keep up with the demand of providing excellent customer service, returning texts and emails to prospects, and handling trial appointments and walk-ins. And this is why I have been on a mission with my team at GrowPro Agency to build an AI receptionist just for martial arts schools. I wanted to eliminate the issue of not being able to follow up with leads immediately. And that's exactly what we have done with our brand new AI Budo booking bot. Imagine having an AI receptionist at your school that can easily book appointments for you while you and your team are off or sleeping. You can even set its work hours. We have been successfully using this in my school, Gracie PAC, for the last month, and we are ready to offer it in beta to the first 20 action takers. Why are we only taking 20? Because we want to uphold the high standard of customer service that we have here at GrowPro Agency. We're launching this AI Budo booking bot, and if you're still not convinced, get this. This entire video was made by AI. I did not record my voice saying these words. I did not record this video of myself. These hand gestures are built by AI. Is your mind blown yet or what? This avatar was only created with 2 minutes worth of training. Imagine what happens when I train it for even longer. This is a perfect example of why you want to be staying ahead of the curve with implementing AI in your business. So I am going to pass this back to Real Cris, and she is going to tell you more about our AI Budo booking bot. But again, there are only 20 spots available. We are so excited to be able to bring this to our industry and ensure that we stay at the forefront of evolving trends. AI Cris, signing off.
So just think, guys, if that is the access that us peons have to this technology, what access do you think our government has to this technology? All right, so let me tell you guys, like the good news and the bad news for this. Okay, so I truly believe it's an amazing time to be alive. I personally don't want to squander it. Feel like it's just when the internet came out. Content is worthless until it is seen. Okay, first half of this presentation was all about content. If you want to win big online, you got to make content, and you can now do it with AI. You got to run social media ads to get people to see the content, and GrowPro can do that for you. And then you got to ask them to buy and follow up, and GrowPro can do that for you as well. Now, the AI Budo booking bot does not replace your team calling your leads to build rapport. You still have to pick up the phone and call, guys, okay? It does not replace your team confirming appointments either. However, it is great for prospects who prefer to text to book an appointment, and this is perfect for booking appointments while you're closed and while your team is busy. So this is the offer. It starts with an onboarding. Once you enroll, we're going to send you a Google form. It's got 20 questions. The more detailed you are, the better we can build your bot. We're going to do this all for you. It's going to ask you questions like, what's your schedule? What program info? What's your location information? And what hours do you want the bot working for you? We then build it out. It's going to be about a 2-week turnaround. We're going to build all your workflows, your calendar. We'll put the chat widget on your website. We'll connect your Facebook, Instagram, Google business profile. We'll give it a personality based off of your culture. Maybe you're funnier, right? Maybe you're like Mr. Morales. He could be a stand-up comedian, and maybe you want your bot just to have a little bit more humor. We can train it for that, okay? And you can even customize its name. So if you don't want to call it Budo and you want to call it Bob, you can do that. Then once it's built, you get to test it. Like I showed you inside a high level, you'll be able to have a conversation with it back and forth and be able to see if you think it's ready to go live. Our ask, because this is still in beta, guys, this is still in beta, we need feedback is what we need, okay? And then once you test it and you give us feedback, then we'll do a group launch call and we'll walk you through how to use it, and then it'll go live. So why beta? Because it's not perfect yet. Okay, this is about 1,000 times better than it was a year ago. And I know within the next 30, 60, 90 days, it's just going to get better and better and better. And the more you train it, it's just like human beings. Imagine that. Do you expect your brand new employee to be perfect after 30 days? I hope not. Okay, so do you know what's better than perfect? Anybody know what's better than perfect? Done. Done is better than perfect. And it's in beta because we still need feedback. So you get the onboarding, you get the build out, you get the test and the launch call. We have, get this, 24/7 support, 24/7 tech support. So if you have any questions, you can log into your account and we have actual people answering. It's not an AI robot, okay? The actual investment for this is $2,997. It breaks down to about 34 cents per hour, $8 a day, or $250. Okay. But what week is it? It's Black Friday week, right? So we wanted to give a really great Black Friday option. It's only $997 for the year. That's it. If you're a Grow Pro client, one-time payment of $997, and you'll have access to the AI booking bot for the entire year. If you're not a Grow Pro client, same $997, but you got to pay $199 per month if you're not a Grow Pro client, because we've got to build out your app. You're going to get the chat widget. You're going to get the booking bot. You're going to get calendar management, pipeline management, workflow automations, missed call text back, and the basic funnel opt-in, which is everything that we build into high level for our own clients. Okay. So there's only 20 spots. It's a one-time payment of $997 if you are a Grow Pro client. If you're not, one-time payment of $997, and then you pay $199 a month. This is the link. When you click on the link, what it's going to do is take you to this opt-in page. So you're just going to click here. You're going to go ahead and opt in, put your name, email, phone number, check the box, and it'll bring you to the checkout page. Inside of the checkout page, you have the Black Friday coupon code. So you just put Black Friday, hit apply. You're going to save almost 70%, $997. And then it'll take you to your next steps, which is where you fill out your onboarding form. So you can literally get this done today, and we can start building it out now. Onboarding form, just some basic information that we need. You don't want to rush through it. It takes about 15 minutes because this is how we're going to train the bot. Once you get this over to us, we'll start building everything out, and we'll reach out via email. So I know we went over, tried to pack a lot in. Does anybody have any questions? Thank you, Mr. Chitty, for putting the Black Friday discount code in. Any questions? Feel free to unmute. Feel free to type it in the chat. I know we went over a lot, but I wanted to provide some value. Resource for creating our video avatar. It's called Hey Jen. Hey Jen. And Z, the answer for the mid-journey pricing, we're on the pro plan for $60 a month. Does the bot deal with leads that come through Grow Pro ads? Yes, it can deal with whatever leads you want. And we can say only deal with these leads or deal with other leads. You could also take a CSV file of, let's say you went to like a winter wonderland and got 100 leads from a festival. You could upload that into high level. We can tag it. We'll send out a reactivation, and then the bot will respond. So the bot can only answer. It cannot do outreach yet. multiple school price or build out. It is per high level. Actually, I don't want to answer that, Darren. We need to figure that out. If they have multiple schools, if they had one high level, or if they had two. I'm going to assume it's going to need to be two separate because you have two separate calendars, different schedules, and things like that. Do we need to use high level for the bot? Or would you be able to tie it into the Spark CRM? So we can connect your calendar from high level to Spark. So the conversation happens in high level. We basically take high level, connect it to your Google Calendar, and then your Google Calendar gets connected to Spark. So yes, we can do that for you. Considering for all three schools, but that was my question. Is this for people who come through Facebook ads? Guys, any ads, Facebook ads, Google ads, TikTok ads, LinkedIn ads. We're not doing Pinterest ads. Wouldn't really suggest Pinterest ads. Any other questions? And if you're not running ads, do you get messages through Facebook? Do you get messages for Instagram? Can you put a chat widget on your website and now starting the conversation through the chat widget? So even if you don't have paid ads going out, those are other traffic sources that you have people communicating with you. Great stuff as always. Thank you, Chris. You are welcome. It will even filter ignore. Oh yeah, so this is cool. How many of you get messages from somebody in Pakistan trying to sell you equipment? So what happens is if the bot gets stuck, we can set it so that if it doesn't respond within a certain amount of period, like a time period, we set it at 6 minutes. So if the bot gets stuck, for an example, it got stuck when somebody asked us to send them a PDF file of our schedule. It got stuck. The bot doesn't have that asset to send it out. So we have it set up that if it doesn't respond in 6 minutes, we get a text message. So I just got a text message saying like, hey, Budo needs some help. And then I can go in and I can answer it. But it kept getting stuck with all of these freaking equipment dealers in Pakistan. So we trained the bot to ignore them and it doesn't respond to them. So that's kind of cool. Always bringing in innovation, trying, guys. Awesome. Can you have someone reach out to me? Yeah, Barry, just drop your phone number and email, sir. Darian can reach out to you today. Any other questions, guys, before we wrap up? There's the link. Only 20 spots were taken. For those of you with multiple schools, I'm trying to think about this in the back of my head. I cannot envision this being done with one sub account. There's just too many different variables. So if you want to do it with just one school, then buy one. If you want to do it for multiple schools, repurchase it for however many locations that you have. So it's a new and improved high level we've been using. So this is built on high level, and our new high level did get a little bit of an upgrade in terms of just really the aesthetics. So our high level does look slightly different now than it did before. So this is what it looks like now. So it's just kind of different coloring. Some of the navigation bars we've updated as well. So yes, it is an upgraded version of high level, you could say. All right. Darian, did you get Mr. Barry's info? Good. Awesome. All right, guys. Any other final questions? Would love to go on this journey for you. Do you also do marketing? Yes, sir. We are the marketing company in the industry. We work with over 400 active clients. Pretty sure we're the biggest, and biggest doesn't necessarily mean you're the best, but it does mean that people stick around. The automation was different from the bot you built. Yes, so we have automations, and then you have the bot, right? Most of you are probably already using automations in your school, whether you call it an automation, a workflow, a nurture sequence. So we have it set up that once the bot books the appointment, they go on our confirmation workflow, which is just like, here's all the information you need. We put a welcome video in that text as well, kind of just to build trust and build rapport. It sends them reminder texts as well. Awesome. Darian, grab Mr. Steve's info. There we go. Beautiful. Grow Pro is the best. You got to do it. Love it. Jonathan Brennan. Yep, we'll get your information. So Darian has really headed this program. He is my integrator, basically second in command. So he will be fielding any questions that you guys have. And, you know, I think we're one of the first to kind of bring this to the industry. We're really excited to really hone it in and get it, you know, hashed out. And any other questions, you can reach out to us, customer success, proagency.com. We will get the recording with all the links, contact information emailed out to you before the end of the day. I always appreciate you guys coming and investing your time with me. It's, you know, a limited resource. So thank you guys. Hope you found value, and I'll see some of you on the AI Budo booking bot. Peace.